KTU Local 24 is live, broadcasting live from Alfred's here on Beale Street. It's a sea of royal purple and navy blue and gold here on Beale Street. We're welcoming Kansas State and Navy midshipmen here to Memphis, and we're welcoming you here to our Liberty Bowl special here, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, the 61st. I'm John Paul.
And I'm Kelsey Cairns. And what we're going to see, we have the best seat in the house right now. We're up top. We have a bird's eye view of the entire road here of Beale Street. A little breezy right now, but that's okay.
That little wind hits you, just stings
just a bit. It really does. But you know what? It wouldn't be New Year's Eve or even the day before New Year's Eve without this cold, I feel like.
So we've been really spoiled when it comes to the 70s we had just days ago, so it is much cooler. But again, none of that matters because we've got so much electricity, so much energy out here. We got fans here in town for the parade. We've got a lot happening here the next hour.
A lot of people from not even from Memphis, from out of state, Kansas City, even Navy. Navy fans, they are really dedicated. They come from all over just to see this special spectacle.
All right, and the parade is underway right now. We're going to show you what's happening here. We also have Good Day Memphis meteorologist Chelsea Chandler out there on the street. Chels, can you hear us? Where are you? What are you seeing?
I am seeing a lot of Kansas State fans right now. To say that they outnumber them 3-1 is pretty generous, honestly, at this point. But we've got a lot of really enthusiastic fans. You know what? A couple years ago, I had to wear 3 pairs of pants because it was so cold. Today, I wish I would have worn at least 2 pairs of socks because it is nice and cold down here. But I've been meeting people from all over, learning really interesting things about both teams. I can't wait to share a lot of that with you as we get through the parade. We've got the Power Cats. We've got, of course, the midshipmen. I've seen a ton of sailors that are here in full uniform. So, well, listen, here's the deal. Purple happens to be my favorite color, so that may have to sway me a little bit. So, anyway, we're having fun down here. Things are just getting started. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Charles, so right now you've got the Shelby County Sheriff's Office pipes and drums, pipe band here on the lineup. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with more here from Beale Street and the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade. Back in a moment.
I think we just saw him. All right, welcome back. We're live on Beale Street in the heart of downtown Memphis. Proud to call Alfred's our home right now. And as you can see, the AutoZone bus going by right now, honoring our veterans. They're nice and loud, as you can hear the trucks horn right behind us. And starting with Gary's Johnny Cash tribute, starting from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then the official Beale Street New Year's Eve after party with DJ Tree starting at 1:30 this morning. So what are we seeing behind us? The AutoZone truck, nice and loud there.
Yeah, in fact, AutoZone is the title sponsor here for the Liberty Bowl game. Of course, we know it is a big Memphis local business.
Huge in Memphis, brings in a lot of jobs as well.
Correct, and there are 6,000 locations all over the world, and they raise a lot of money, too, for St. Jude. So it's a local company, local ties, certainly proud of it, and they are here representing Memphis in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade here. Let's take a look here. We've got Drone 24. We've got crews all over here tracking the parade for you. In fact, we've already seen the Navy Midshipman Band performing here, walking the procession. We've also seen here this afternoon some of the Miss Memphis and some of the lineup there as well.
And right now it looks like the World Strides on stage. Northwest High School is marching right now. You can see their beautiful color guard with their black and red. Here they come. They're slowly moving up Beale Street. The Spirit of Northwest from Cedar Hill, Missouri is directed by Brett Dunsford. Nate Boxdorfer is the assistant director, and Kate Herman, you can see her right there. She's the color guard instructor. Now the Spirit of Northwest is a consistency with a top 3 finisher in field show competitions. They have won 3 field show championships in the last 6 years. They've also been a top 5 finisher at the St. Louis Thanksgiving Day Parade competition in the last 6 years. You can see they're walking in formation there, the color guard. I always love to see that. You know, it's so hard to be able to do that color guard and those flags. Like, that takes hours and hours of practice just to make it all work for a parade.
Yeah, and they make it look so easy, too, as you see
Why do they make it look so easy?
It's a skill set, that's for sure.
It really is.
I'm not a band geek here, but I'm certainly in awe of the dedication and the hard work that they have to do in these cold temperatures.
It's not easy.
In the hot temperatures outside, they put on a good show.
Like at band camp, right? I always remember back in middle school, I used to play flute, and even that I thought that was one of the hardest things to master. So being a musician, you know, they have a lot to remember.
Of course, like when to turn.
When to turn, when to move your feet. It's all in a certain count to make sure you're at the right time. So it really takes a lot of dedication.
Yes, they really make it look easy. World Strides on stage, the official tour operator for all high school marching bands, dance, and cheer groups. World Strides on stage is also the producer of the AutoZone Liberty Bowl nationally televised halftime spectacular.
All right, John, so now we're going to see the Moolah Temple. And in 1895, a new faction of Shrine of Surface named the Imperial Council for North America, and it was formed by Benjamin S. Harris and Milton F. Fields. So by 1900, Milton Fields had resumed control of this faction and grew it into several temples. So you can see they're slowly making their way there, waving. And by 1910, Eugene Phillips became the Prince Hall Imperial Potentate. He had an agenda to bring all the wayward factions together under the Prince Hall umbrella.
And in fact, we got a chance to see there are many cars. They're part of the 2019 World Championship marching unit there as well. But again, they are a definite feature here in the many years that this AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade has been put on. And so it's always a good thing when you see them out there on the street showing out. Yeah, that's right. We got even more to show you here from Beale Street. Take a look here from Drone 24. We're live here this afternoon, getting you ready here as Navy takes on Kansas State. In fact, if you look here on the street as we work here to see who's next here on the lineup, we can see that sea of purple and white. Let me tell you, Kansas State Wildcats showed up and showed out. We see a couple of Navy fans there as well. They're both represented well, but let me tell you, where we're here at Alfred's and out there on the street, it's nothing but purple and white out there.
It really is.
So they really came to represent.
Yes, and you can tell, like, there's some of our Wildcat fans, and even up here we have plenty of Kansas State fans, so it's really cool to see all this purple and all these fans show up. College spirit definitely alive today.
Yeah, and what I love, too, is you see all the kids in front of the gates. They got a prime spot for all the candy and the chains and beads that they give away as they throw out from all of the parade lineup.
Yeah, but now let's check in with meteorologist Chelsea Chandler. She's out on the parade route right now. She's got all the crowds just waiting. Chelsea, how's it going?
It's been going really well. I've been making friends, and one, in fact, is this gentleman. His name is Jay. Come here. So, Jay, you are a K-State alum, correct? Oh, no, but you're a fan. You're wondering, but you're also a member of the Navy.
I was in the Navy 60 years ago.
So, how did you decide who you were going to cheer for?
K-State fan. There's no question about that.
Oh.
I can't lose, you know.
You can't lose. You
always
got to
have
go
an
in.
excuse.
Perfect. Well, we're glad that you came down with your beautiful wife to join us here in Memphis. Again, oh, okay, we can take a selfie. We love taking selfies. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right.
Always there for the selfie, right?
Of course. Got to let everyone know where you are and what
It
are you
is
seeing
true.
here on the gram and Twitter
really-
and Facebook.
Yeah.
All right, take a look here. The parade
I've
continues.
been waiting for
We've
this.
got the Sassy seniors. Look at them go. I love them. They were here last year, and they have moves. It goes to show the age is nothing
It
but a
doesn't
number.
matter. That is true. Look how sassy they are. I love the hats. Do you see up close? They've got like a blue leopard print hat. So they're
Yes.
definitely very sassy.
Now, these are women. They're a senior support group of women ages 50 to 70. They're promoting the art of dance as a form of therapy to help improve balance, cardiovascular endurance, coordination, memory, muscle tone. Look at her kick her legs up so high. And many of the women here are survivors of cancer, strokes, heart disease, kidney disease, joint replacement, arthritis, many other
Right.
ailments that usually hit at this particular age group.
Sure.
So they want to inspire and maintain spiritual and physical well-being.
All right, next up we've got the Bass Pro Shops at the Pyramids. They just went by real quick. So next we're going to look, yes, they just passed. So next we're going to go look over at the World Strides Onstage Parkway Central High School. You can see them right there. Look at that color guard. Yes, they're the Marching Colts, there you go. The Parkway Central Marching Colts from Chesterfield, Missouri. They've performed at numerous local and national parades, events, and competitions. They're directed by Doug Hoover and Matt Beasley. These Marching Colts were the state representative from Missouri back in 1989, the presidential inaugural parade. So they've definitely made their way around the country, and so this is nothing new to them. They are certainly used to these big spectacle parades. Look at them go there. All right, coming up next is the Mid-South Camaro Club.
Incredible Pizza. Can't forget
Incredible
about
Pizza.
them. This is my son's favorite place in the world. He's always asking, Dad, can we go to Incredible Pizza? Because they got the pizza, they have the games,
Oh, I need
they
to
have
try
the
it.
buffet. Yeah, you have to go. It's an indoor amusement park for people who may not have kids or may not be familiar with it.
Yeah.
Go-kart racing, a roller coaster,
Oh my goodness,
scrambler,
there's so much
bumper
to do.
cars, laser tag. I always like to, battle with my wife and my son. So we always go for a chance for laser tag. And they're on Germantown Parkway in Cordova.
So
So
much to
again,
do.
if you're looking for a place to let the kids play while you get a few moments to collect
some
your own
pizza,
thoughts,
yeah.
Memphis Incredible Pizza is the place to do it.
Look,
In
they're
fact-
giving out some beads right now. You can see they're definitely,
Yes.
they came prepared.
Yeah, and hopefully they're giving out some free tokens and tickets for the games and some of the laser tag and some of the activities there.
Yep.
Again, it's great for birthday parties. We've gone to many parties there. And like I said, some afternoons when my son Owen is just wound up looking for something to do, this is where we go. We
the
take
place to
him,
go.
let him run off some of that energy, and then he goes home and he's like out. It's great.
I've been trying to find some pizza in the Mid-South. I'm going to have to just make my stop here after work one day.
Yes. The pizza's good, but the games are better.
The games are, okay,
Yeah.
I'll take your word for
No, the
it.
pizza's good. The games are better.
The games are better. All right.
All right, let's listen in as the crowd gets excited for Memphis Incredible Pizza. All right, and we're back live here on top of Alfred's here. We're going to check in with Chelsea out there on Beale Street. Chelsea, what are you seeing?
A lot of people dancing because we just got the wobble going. You missed it. You know what? You know I'm always going to be dancing. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this. So we're having a party down here. I want to see if we can find her. Turn the camera. There's a K-State fan right here who dyed her hair purple just to come to this game. Her hair is purple, and this is my new best friend. Can we get a go, K-State? Oh, we got some Navy fans. All right, so you can see there's some serious dedication going on down here. So I'm going to keep wobbling to stay warm, and I'm going to send it back to you guys.
I wish I had moves like Chelsea.
I know. She lets
Maybe that's
us
why
know.
we're up here and
I
she's
know,
down
right?
there. I think
Yeah.
we learned why we're up here.
All right, again, so glad you're with us here. You've got the Good Day Memphis team here working overtime here this afternoon.
But it's okay. We're
for
so
the
excited.
AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade, and we
Where
see,
else
of
will we
course,
be?
all the fans here, locals as well as Navy midshipmen and Kansas State Wildcats in town here for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. That game is tomorrow, and it's going to be
2:45,
on
right.
ESPN, and they are all here in town. And this is a big economic boost for our team as well, for our city rather as
Yeah.
well. You know, they pour in millions of dollars when
They
they
do.
shop on Beale Street, shop at our businesses, stay in our hotels. So this is a big economic
It puts us in
booster.
a big spot. You know what was actually interesting? Forbes magazine put out this list of top 25 places to visit in 2020. Little Bluff City made the list. Okay, looks like the World Strides On-Stage Lucid Dance Studio is up right now. Now, they're a privately owned dance studio. You can see them getting down there. They've got their lumberjack shirts on, their flannels. They're a private-owned dance studio. They're actually located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, it's comprised of dancers ages 6 to 21 years old. Lucid's owner and choreographer Brenda Elmore is known for her unique routines. You can see them dancing all around. They're definitely staying warm today as it's a little breezier. Now, their studio, Lucid Dance Studio, opened up back in 2015. They've produced 12 U.S. national championships, 8 U.S. final grand championships, 11 international championships, and 1 international grand championship. So they are moving and shaking down Beale Street. That's what we love here in the Bluff City.
Yeah, in fact, you can see Drone 24 over the scene and watching them move here on Beale Street. We're also on the ground as you see them moving as well. Again, this is World Strides on Stage, Lucid Dance Studio, and they are moving and shaking here for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade. Let's listen in here on the street, seeing what we could capture. All right, so again, you can see these teenage girls here look like they're between the ages of 11 and maybe 16.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And
6
they
21.
are showing us how it's done. We can hear their music
can-
here above
yeah.
Alfred's, and look at them go.
All right, look at them go there. I love the flannel shirts. How appropriate for the Mid-South. This is great.
You know, my level of dancing is just some of the shows that you see on TV, like, you know, that show my wife used to watch, Dance Moms, and this kind of reminds me
doesn't it really?
of that, where they have the routines and they
Everyone's
have
got
their look.
the uniform hair,
Yeah.
the shirts.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And it's so amazing how they pull all of that off. You know what I'm saying?
They're real crowd
Yeah,
pleasers, right?
and it's
Yeah.
just so amazing how, you know, with the weather, with the routine, trying
They're
to
there.
remember everything, they manage
Yes.
to get it all down. It's so
And
impressive.
to keep moving, like you have
Yeah.
to move. It's almost like you're running at that point when you have to go, when you're traveling. I used to be a dancer, so it's like you're traveling down and you're almost like running to a pace
Yeah.
to catch up with the
Yeah,
parade.
because you got to keep along with the parade
Yes,
route, right?
yes.
So you don't want to mess
You have
that
to be
up.
very agile, yes.
Yes. So are you a band geek at all?
Maybe just a little bit.
Just a
I
little
might
bit.
I might have done some color guard, maybe a little
Okay.
bit of flute, a little bit of dancing as well. Kind of dabbled in all of it.
All
All
right, as
right.
you can see here, the Blues Cruisers, a men's social club striving to perfect the art of dilly-dallying, as they say, while seeking continued refined laziness and semi-rapid mobility. This is one of my favorite parts of the parade. They come out here on these recliners. They're motorized recliners. They're relaxed, as you can see here. They say that the gentlemen possess an inherent laziness, something that I can respect here, the dedication to living the part, so to speak.
Yeah, I think
and
they need one
like
of
to
those.
cruise with their bruise, I'm sure. And they say that they have the ability to avoid hitting young children, begging for candy, poker chips, or colorful beads. Again, this is a big staple here for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade. And I just love it. Those scooters move and shake.
I've never seen something like that in this
Yes.
recliner.
Yes.
Listen, I think John Paul needs one of those for the morning.
Oh, I know.
Waking up at 5 a.m. No, 3 a.m. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely need one to wake us up in the newsroom.
Helping me navigate around the newsroom. I can't think of anything
Could
better.
use it, right?
It's like genius, like the guy or woman who thought
Maybe they haven't figured out.
put motors on a recliner. It's like genius.
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. And they are kind of mainstays for the parade. They show up every year and they move on down Beale Street on their motorized.
Robes, right.
Yes. Showing us laziness at its best.
All right. Got the next up here. We got Shell Pennzoil. So riding in this Jeep Gladiator, that's a really nice Jeep. You can see that's courtesy of Pennzoil and Landers Auto Group. They're a professional NHRA driver. Leah Pritchett, who drives this Mopar Dodge Pennzoil top fuel dragster at speeds exceeding 330 miles per hour. So much faster than what you'd see on I-40 for a living. She is an 8-time race winner and the 2018 NHRA Factory Stock Showdown Series champion.
I love you can still see the Blues Cruiser making a cameo.
He's like, nope, my act is not done.
All right, so you're looking here at Leah. She got her start competing in the Junior Drag Racing Series at the age of 8. And then the Auto Club Finals. She wrapped up her 23rd consecutive NHRA season with the 4th place finish in the NHRA Mellow Yellow Top Fuel Championship rankings. Another live look here from Beale Street. As you can see, all the fans here watching and waiting to see the rest of the parade lineup. We're not even halfway done yet here on this Monday.
And once again, we have a bird's eye view of the scene right now. We're waiting for the next act to show up.
Yeah, I believe that's the Memphis Prancing Tigerettes. And also the CW30 stars.
Hey, I think we know them.
See them. We know them. Yeah, we know Dustin and Maria Starr.
Yep.
Yeah, they have their wrestling show on Saturdays at noon on CW30.
Yep.
Of course, they are on LML and on CW30. They are husband and wife in real life, and they are also the perfect team. You know, they are native Memphians, and they were studying, Maria did at the University of Mississippi.
Yeah.
And Dustin, you know, has been, you know, I got a chance to talk with him, and he mentioned to me that he knew at a young age that he wanted to be a wrestler. And so that's like his life's goal. And of course, he is living his dream. You're watching the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade here live from Beale Street. And we'll be right back. Can we get a lineup check?
All right, welcome back to our AutoZone Liberty Bowl parade. We've got so much happening right now. Right now is passing by is Miss Memphis and the Shelby County Volunteer Pageant Organization.
Yeah, they're up next, but right now we're taking a look here at the carriage company at Starry Carriage Rides. They do the carriage rides and tours downtown. You often see them when you're downtown dining or drinking. And you can see here that we also have a sea of royal purple and white and navy and gold. All the fans here anxiously awaiting the big parade lineup they have for the 61st Annual AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade. Coming up next here, I think, is the Miss Tennessee Volunteer Scholarship Pageant. Oh, the Navy. Now, bear with us because this is live.
I know,
so
they're moving fast, aren't they?
Move in and out of order, so we're trying to keep up with you just as
live
best
TV.
as we can. Yes.
And we love it, though. So as you can see right here, this is the Navy Recruiting Command. My father was in the Navy, so this is near and dear to my heart. From the time of the Revolutionary War, Navy recruiters have been a part of our country's history. Now, in 1775, our first Navy recruiters were assigned to the Marine Committee, which was established during the nation's War for Independence. So this dates back to the birth of our country.
And you can see he's teasing the crowd, trying to see which sound is louder. As you can see there, they're trying to get their hands on candy and beads. You can see all the kids kind of lined up in the front row, hoping to get their hands on some of the goodies. That's part of the advantage of being in a parade, of course.
You know, it's interesting how you see this forged by the sea, all those fundamentals based on what they learn on the ship and also off the ship as well. The midshipmen, it's definitely an honor to be a part of that group.
And they are here out in force, as you can see here. It looks like we're gearing up for the rest of the command there. And as they walk down Beale Street here, you can see the men and women, men and women out there on the parade route, clapping their hands, showing the signs of respect to the Navy.
All right, we're going to take a listen in here to the parade.
This is Greenwood Productions. These girls will compete nationally for the titles of Miss Teen USA 2020 and Miss USA 2020 later this spring. You can see Ansley Ecker, who is Miss Tennessee Teen USA 2020, Zoe Bigham, who is Miss Mississippi Teen USA 2020, and Asia Branch, Miss Mississippi USA 2020. Beautiful young women here, and they are certainly dressed the part on this cold Monday here. Yes, with the furs.
They were prepared. All right, coming up next is the World Strides on stage St. Peter High School. The Saints marching band performed from St. Peter, Minnesota. So let's listen in. All right, so the Saints marching band from St. Peter, Minnesota regularly performs in numerous parade competitions each summer and in fall. And in 2018, so last year they traveled to Europe. The Saints are directed by David Hoff, and Michael Hoff is the color guard instructor. You can kind of hear him there. Let's listen in.
Now, it always blows my mind, you know, when we get some of the parade lineup from out of state, especially places far north like Minnesota. I bet they come down here to Memphis, and, you know, we're complaining because it was 70 degrees a few days ago.
This is nothing
and now
to
it's
them.
like 50.
Small potatoes.
And this is probably balmy, you know what I mean?
Right.
Probably tropical compared to what they're generally used to this time of the year.
Right.
All right, so this is a parade mainstay. This is the Alchemia Shriners. In fact, the Shriners International is a service group committed to being a premier fraternal organization for men of good character. And one of the big contributions they do every year is they donate millions of dollars to their Shriners Hospital. This is a healthcare system for children with 22 locations all over the country. and they provide pediatric specialty care. And you can see some of the kids in the Alchemia Shriners van waving there. That's part of their mission.
Right.
They have nearly 200 Shriner temples all over the country. And again, their commitment is just helping children in need.
You know, and some of those, services you mentioned that help children, they are a 501c3 nonprofit. So this means that regardless of a family's ability to pay for a child's health care, the Shriners are there to provide costs of something with orthopedic services, burns, they work with spinal cord issues, a cleft lip, and those are just listing some of the services that this Shriners organization does for children.
And they roll deep, let me tell you.
They really do.
Certainly show up to this parade. It seems like they have every member here locally part of the parade. In fact, I remember last year when we hosted the parade for the 60th that we got a chance to show them, and you see the clowns as part of the circus that they usually put on, but their procession was like 5 to 10 minutes long because they kind of showcase.
They're such a large organization.
They are, and they showcase to the people kind of what they're all about. And as you can see here, they are still going.
Nice old school bends there.
And of course, again, the reason you come to the parade when you're a child is for the bands and the beads
and the cars.
All the goodies
I love the cars.
And the classic
That's one of my
cars.
favorite things.
Yes.
Even growing up, seeing all the classic cars.
And again, the Shriners' mission here is simple. They are just dedicated to philanthropy and their hospitals and serving children in need. Again, there are hospitals all over the country, and this is part of their mission, just letting people know that they're here and what they're about. In fact, you know, it's kind of interesting. They had a headquarters in Memphis at one time.
Right.
In fact, their former
Memphis
headquarters
history
is
for
on Monroe Avenue, and it's now on the National Register of Historic Places. It's a set of condos and apartments now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had their home base right on Monroe, not too far from us down here. You can see the group continues here. Their parade down Beale Street. Let's see if we can check in with Chelsea to see what's going on down there on Beale. Hey, Chelsea, the Shriners, they show up and show out.
Yes, they do. They're fast right now. So you noticed earlier, I got some nice hardware from KC State. I got my nice purple chain. Well, Navy was upset about this, so Navy has now decked me out. So I am now sparkly all over and have not made up my mind just yet. But speaking of sparkly things, I do have some of our queens with us. So you have Lydia, we have Casey and their chaperone, the beautiful Suzanne Jackson. Tell us a little bit about we saw you earlier coming through. Tell us about the program, how we can get involved in the Liberty Bowl pageant.
Well, I've always watched the Liberty Bowl growing up, and I saw the beauty queens, and I wanted to be just like them when I grew up. So when I got older, I decided to be one. So you can follow libertybowl.com, and you can get more information on how to be a beauty queen.
And it's not just about being a beauty queen. I know earlier today, y'all actually took a trip to St. Jude. Casey, tell me about that.
We had so much fun at St. Jude today. We actually got to walk around the hospital and get a tour. It's just amazing what they do for those kids. It's just phenomenal.
And then the big show, of course, tomorrow. You get to wear your dresses. You're part of the big show, like the halftime, the beginning. All right, so we'll be there checking all of you guys out. Again, I'm down here. I've got the party going, so I'm going to let you guys continue to sit up there and do your thing while I continue to get my thing on here, all right?
All right, I recognize those faces, too. In fact, the pageant members there that Chelsea just talked to, one was featured as a local cool kid here in 2019. And, of course, we know Suzanne Jackson. In fact, Chelsea's birthday party was at Suzanne's beautiful home, and she had it all decorated for the holidays as well. Good friends of hers, as well
ugly
as
sweater party.
good members here of the Memphis community. The Shriners are still going. They're going strong. We told you they show up and they show out. In fact, they're in their little cruisers right now, cruising up and down Beale Street, passing out the candy to all of the kids there.
And for our viewers just joining us, Shriners, they are an international organization committed to being a premier fraternal organization for men of good character, and they help a lot of children and a lot of families in need. They are a 501c3 nonprofit tax-exempt organization, so this means basically regardless of any family's ability to pay or financial status, that a lot of those costs are definitely covered for health care, and these include things with children's needs like orthopedic care, which is bones, your burns, they have a burn unit there, spinal cord issues, a cleft lip. So these are a lot of the issues that Shriners Hospitals for Children, this is not all of them, but of course that's just some of the many issues and health for your child's health needs.
And I kind of want to set the scene here on Beale Street. You could smell remnants of beer.
Yes.
And some of the exhaust.
We are breathing it in as we speak.
Yeah, they have their like
There
go-karts
it is.
and their tricked out Jeeps and cars here as they lead their procession down Beale Street here. And as they pass us over Alfred's, you can see all of the scents and odors
interesting
and
things.
smoke and exhaust coming out of their cars. You can kind of hear them coming by as well as smell them coming by as well. Again, this is all in good fun,
They make their
though,
presence known.
because they are making their presence known here. And like I said, they are a group that is part of this every year.
Hillbilly Pimp Ride, there you go.
Yes, and he's dishing out the candy. In fact, I think at one point we saw bubbles going, and then at one point I think they were like shooting water at some of the fans there. I hope they didn't get too wet.
He's shooting it right now. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I hope they don't get too wet out there.
Well, if you weren't
because-
awake now you are.
Yes. And one of the other cool things they do is they have the circus. Usually they come on LML to highlight when they're in town and give out tickets to all the families so that they could see an array of acts and things like that. An entertaining show.
Oh my goodness.
And there they go. As again, more of that smoke, more of that exhaust.
All right, here's the Possum Queen. You can see her denim get up there and her tiara. We're gonna listen in right now.
And they continue. Again, that's what one of the things I was looking for were the hats, because not everyone got a chance to wear one. And so now I saw the like maroon and yellow hats. I forget the technical name for them, but there is a name for them.
The special hats.
But the hats that they wear just shows.
You can see there's the big bear in the back there.
Yes.
You know,
and what you're seeing too is the different chapters of the Shriners Group.
How
because
large the
again,
organization
yeah,
is.
it is a very large organization, and they have big ties here to Memphis.
Right.
And so you're seeing some of the different chapters. I believe this is the DeSoto chapter passing us by right now. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. This is the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade right here live on Local 24. In fact, it's funny because last year
How much time we got? How about that?
All right, we are back live here on Beale Street in the heart of downtown Memphis. Proud to call Alfred's our home for the 2019 AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade. Hey, plan your New Year's Eve at Alfred's with live music all night, starting from Gary Hardy's Johnny Cash Tribute Show from 5 to 8 p.m. Then the official Beale Street New Year's Eve after party with DJ Tree starting at 1:30 in the morning on New Year's Eve. So get ready, because can you believe it? 2018 just flew by.
Yes, and we're headed into a whole new decade.
2019 flew by. Yes.
See, they both did.
Yes,
That's how fast they went by.
2018.
Here to blink, here the next one.
I was just thinking, like, yeah, we were here in 2018 doing the parade. Here we are, 2019, doing it again.
Yep.
And again, live music here. Alfred's always a good time, and we certainly thank them for their hospitality, as we got the best seat in the house
We
here.
We really do. We have a
live
whole
here.
bird's eye view of just what's going on below us. Chelsea's out there getting some fan reaction from Kansas State, as well as Navy midshipman fans. So they come from everywhere.
Yeah. In fact, can we check in with Chelsea, see what she's up to? We haven't talked to her in a
Where
while.
are you, Chels?
Now that the Alchemia Shriners is all off of their parade route.
This is the Kansas State symbol, but more importantly, I have a very important fan here. This is Craig Washington. He is the vice president of the Navy Alumni Association, and he told me an interesting story because I wanted to know why on earth the Navy chose a goat of all things.
This goes back a long ways. 120 years ago, Army-Navy game, probably about the 4th or 5th Army-Navy game, Navy used to have goats as mascots on their ships because the goats would eat all the leftover food and garbage on the ships. So the crew from one of the ships went to an Army-Navy game and they brought their goat with them. And Navy won that year. So they were very excited that Navy won that year, and they gave it to the goat that year. So
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
So El Cid. So that's why the midshipmen are goats. The more you know. I thought it was interesting, and now I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Chels, as you can see here, the parade continues here on this cold Monday. The Good Day Memphis team is live here with you on Local 24 this afternoon. Working some overtime here, but this is seriously one of my favorite Memphis events. I love being out here with you guys, and I'm sure Chelsea and Kelsey, I speak for them when I say we love being out here with you guys, because this is so fun. You see the energy, you see all the fans here as we have our crew out there on the street. We've got Drone 24 flying over Beale Street as well as we bring you the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade.
And I want to go off what you were saying about being around the interaction of everyone and being around all these people. You don't get that every day when you're on an anchor desk, you know, waking up at 5, being there at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So it just goes to show this is definitely a different setting for us, and we love every minute of it.
Yeah, and we also love to see, too, Memphis kind of roll out the welcome mat to our teams in town from Kansas State as well as the Navy midshipmen.
Yep.
All right, so up next here on the lineup, we've got the
M-Town Image. Now, these guys are a diverse group of dancers from ages 6 to adults, so there's a whole range of dancers there. Now, all across the Mid-South are under the direction of Robert Ward, Terry Palate, and Leonard Davis. Now, they were the first place winner in Showtime at the Apollo. They participated in a big competition such as Dance Dallas as well as Atlanta. And you can see them dancing there in their denim jeans and their blue sweatshirts.
All right, let's
watch. Wow. Look at that. Doing some tumbling there. You know what they call that? That's a back handspring.
Let me tell you, I've never in my life, I'm not quite 40 yet, but close. Never in my life have I been able to do anything remotely close to that. I think I could do like a cartwheel. That was about it.
Well, believe it or not, if you could do a cartwheel, we're just going to give you a little more training. It starts with a cartwheel. That's how I was trained. I used to cheer.
Okay.
So you start with, can you do a cartwheel? Then can you do a little round off when your feet touch in the center?
Yes.
And then it's, can you do a back handspring? It's definitely an elite move.
Yes.
Not easy.
And they make it look so easy.
They
as
really
you see here.
do. Yes, that back handspring, it's very tricky to master that step.
They remind me of the Beale Street flippers that you often see here on Beale Street if you ever come out here on a weekend night.
Yep.
And what they do is they make it look so easy as they flip up and down from, you know, BB King all the way
Yep.
down.
There's always something going on Beale Street. I like to say, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, or late Saturday night, there is always something to do on Beale Street.
You know, I wish I was blessed with some of this rhythm.
What are you talking about?
I have two
You
left
dance like
feet.
Mary J.
Oh,
Blige. You should see him in the
Listen,
studio.
I have 2 left feet. I'm not ashamed to admit that, especially when you see the skills from M-Town Image. Again, these boys showing us how it's done.
I think we should send John down there. Get John to start dancing.
I do not want to embarrass myself one bit, because that's exactly what I would be doing next to these gentlemen here.
They're moving and shaking. See, I told you, I was telling you, when you run across all of Beale Street, it is even hard just to run such a far distance
Right.
and keep with the dance. So even that in itself is just how they do it. I don't know.
And these teams, like you said, first place winners on Showtime at the
Yes.
Apollo. I remember that show growing up, and the Apollo stage is notorious for letting you know if you have it or you don't. That's for sure. So they got it. All right, of course, we can't have a AutoZone Liberty Bowl without AutoZone, the title partner for the Liberty Bowl game. As we mentioned off the top here at the hour, 6,000 stores all over the world. They are Memphis proud. And as you can see, they have their semi on Beale Street now, honking the horn, letting people know, hey, we're here. And we're proud to call Memphis home.
And did you know AutoZone, they have raised over $34 million for St. Jude, which is one of the biggest organizations here in Memphis, headquartered out of Memphis.
You know what I remember as a kid, driving by semis and trying to get them to honk?
Get them to do that?
Yeah,
You were that kid?
I was that kid.
You were that kid?
Yeah, many road trips on the interstates, driving around, trying to get them to honk.
Honk the horn?
Yeah, nothing put a smile on your face
When they did
like
that.
those truckers.
Yeah, you can hear them.
Just what you're hearing there. I'm sure all the kids out there on Beale Street are probably doing the arm push and pull for it too. All right, we got Thornwood High School. Let's listen in. Trying to tweet as the
Trying to
just
tweet.
to make everyone at home jealous. I mean, of course, you guys have the best seat in the house if you're watching us here live on Local 24.
Yes,
but
you
for
do.
the people up here on the balcony with me here at Alfred's, and as well as some of the people
You're the
in
best
and around,
view.
we've got the best view.
Really do. And the Thornwood Band, they are from Charlottesville, Virginia, so they had quite the journey to get here to the Mid-South, here in Memphis. And they had a great start to the year. They're directed by Dwayne Sanders. The band was the 2019 grand champion at the Rich Central High School Olympian Band Festival. And they are certainly crowd pleasers here. You can see not only are they using their instruments, but they are yelling their mascot there. You can kind of see from their emblem on their uniform. And once again, for our viewers just joining us, this is the Thornwood High School Marching Band. They are from Charlottesville, Virginia. So quite the journey from the East Coast here to the Mid-South. And they're directed by Dwayne Sanders, and they were the 2019 Grand Champion at Rich Central High School Olympian Band Festival. So let's take a listen.
I just love the bands. They,
Yes.
you know, when they're in high schools and they get you pumped for the game, when you're
Yes.
at a parade, they get you pumped for what is to come. It's just nothing like them. All right, take a look here. This is the Jazzy Jazzerettes. They say they have heart, and they deliver smiles that are contagious. They dance to the beat of their own drum, they say, and they are here to stay. They're Memphis made, and of course, they say don't forget the sparkle. You can see them here on
Wouldn't be
Beale
Memphis
Street.
if it wasn't the sparkle. Come on
Probably
now.
Facebook, on Facebook Live, showing the crowd, and we're getting a chance to see them in action.
Yes.
Looks like we have Kaiser High, the band from Charlottesville, Virginia, with us. They are from Charlottesville, Virginia, a long history of excellence and innovation. See the flag line there now.
Almost looks like
Customs.
Mardi Gras colors
Yeah, I
there,
was just gonna
doesn't
say,
it?
cool
I was like, is
customs.
this New Orleans? I always like when the color guard opts for like a different color as opposed to the school's colors. I mean, my high school did that a few years, and it just kind of like draws the attention. It makes you want to really listen into what their color guard performance is.
All right, Kaiser High, their second year at the Liberty Bowl. As you can see here, they're wowing the crowd here. And again, we can't stop talking about their cool costumes, as you were saying.
They're so eye-catching.
Yeah,
Looks
not
like
wearing
Mardi
the school
Gras.
colors, but yeah, definitely that Mardi Gras theme.
Yeah, so it's all for like the spectacle of like whatever show they have, whether they're showcasing at a championship. Yeah, those marching bands, it's not just putting the pole in the air or the flag, it's all with the routine of the steps of the marching band. And the color guard just kind of adds that visual aspect to the whole performance.
All right, we got Memphis Fire Department up. They are under the leadership of Director Gina Sweat. They continue to be one of the finest fire departments in our country. In fact, they work very hard. Of course, you know, when there's a fire, they're the group you call, but they also do many other services around our community to keep us all safe. Fire code enforcement, hazard materials response, emergency medical response. They do it all, and they are proud to serve the Memphis community. In fact, I got to see them in action when there was a big fire at an apartment complex under construction here.
Yeah, you were in the scene of
back
all
in
of it.
May, and I was on the scene here, and
Right.
they move like a well-oiled machine to save lives, to save property. And again, a proud Memphis institution here, saving lives.
You want to know a fun fact about all firefighters? They are all EMT certified. So I don't know if you remember that story from a few months back. There were all those firefighters that delivered a baby for that woman who needed help in New York City. But they just said it's part of our job. They're all trained to do things like that, from resuscitating someone to delivering a child. Like firefighters, it's not just fighting fire. They are trained to do everything else.
All right, as you can see here, we are not even 3/4 of the way done here on Beale Street for the AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade. We just want to let our viewers at home know there's much more to see. We're going to end our live broadcast here on Local 24 as we see FedEx, the shipping giant, make their way down Beale Street.
I think
as
we know
well.
them.
Yeah, we know them. In fact, I had many packages delivered from them. And we've had many packages using them to get delivered here during the holidays. But our parade coverage is not over yet. We're going to get you to Ellen here on Local 24. But we are also live streaming the Liberty Bowl Parade until it is over. So for you at home watching, thanks so much for joining us. For the 2019 AutoZone Liberty Bowl Parade, I'm John Paul.
And I'm Kelsey Kearns. Be sure to tune into our website at localmemphis.com to see the rest of our parade live stream.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Brother, you the man. Saving the day. Thanks. All right, enjoy your day off. New Year's Eve. Oh, no, don't shake.
I can't.
I got the mic attached to me. It's nice to meet you, too. Sorry, my hand's ice. No, you're good. the cup?
I know, but if you just go throw it away because it's promo, you know, I don't want
Listen,
to throw it away.
I would rather have my North Face or something else warmer.
Or whatever.
You know, something warmer.
Whatever you got.
I wish I have on the shell. You look cold. I would love to help you out. We're not done yet. We're on a break.
We're going to see you at 5. I was like, they're leaving.
Tomorrow morning.
The pep rally hasn't even started.
We're the morning team. We're normally in bed this time of the day.
You're like, we're normally in bed. What are your hours?
3 to noon. 3 a.m. to noon.
That means you get up before 3 a.m.
But we're done at noon.
You got up at 2.
I love it though. I hate 9 to 5. Here's a live stream joking with some Kansas State fans. They were like, we'll see you at 5. And I'm like, yeah, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, not tonight.
And they're like, well, what time do you come into work? And I'm like, 3 a.m., 3 to noon. Yeah. It really does. It really does. All right, our parade coverage. All right, welcome back here to our Beale Street Liberty Bowl parade coverage.
Our
We're
live
streaming
stream
here.
for all our viewers that are viewing from the web right now. I know my family's tuning in from the East Coast right now. It's a little later for them,
Yes.
but not too late.
We got a chance to take a quick time out and also connect with some of the Kansas State fans here as we shift from on-air to online.
Yes.
In fact, if we can, let's take a look. The parade has not stopped. It continues. We just saw the Bellevue Middle School majorettes and drumline.
Still hear them go by right now.
Yes. And they are providing students a rigorous academic instruction, they say, along with, as you can see here, some talents they want to share with the rest of the world here. They got Memphis highlighted here, and they're showcasing their skills, their talents to Kansas State and to the Navy midshipmen fans here in town for the Liberty Bowl, which gets underway tomorrow.
Yeah, so it just goes to show all these performances. Like, it's not just the Bluff City, it's not just Memphis, it's from all over. All these groups come here to our little city to showcase what they have to offer.
All right, Kelsey, this is the Memphis Beale Street Corvette Association.
Ooh, I like this one.
This was chartered in the state of Tennessee almost 40 years ago with less than 10 members. 3 decades later, the membership has grown to 40 members. And they spread, they have a simple mission here. They spread community service, spread goodwill, promoting enthusiasm for the Corvettes. And there's an interesting story here
I'd
from
love
a
to hear
couple of
this
years
story.
ago. You know, Caitlin, who used to anchor with me on
Yes.
Good Day Memphis, and I were riding in the cars with the Corvette Association, and I've never been in a Corvette before.
It's a little compact in the back from what I know.
A little compact is putting it lightly for a guy my size. Now, you got to remember at home, it may not look like it, but I am 6'3".
Yes.
And I had to squeeze into one of these Corvettes, and I was shocked. It was a maroon colored one, just like the one you see here on the screen. I was shocked at how my knees were basically on the dashboard because it's a compact car. It's a sports car.
Yes.
It's not meant for tall people.
Really,
And so
like, sitting in the back like that either.
you had one of the Corvette Association members. You had
Yes.
Caitlin. They
She
wanted
was in
us
the
to
back.
take off our shoes. She was riding kind of on the trunk there.
On the back there.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like my knees on the
Not
dash.
about it.
Trying to look cool, you know, because
Yeah.
it's a Corvette.
And I'm sure it was
but
cold and windy and
It
that like
was.
factoring in, right.
It just was not meant for a tall person. So,
Yes.
you know, my dreams of actually owning one and being part of this cool association will never be realized.
He was that dedicated to this parade, though. See, he was that dedicated, willing to ride in the back of it.
I had to contort my body to like fit in. It was like one of those like circus acts where you got to put
Yes.
your arms and legs behind you
Yep.
and twist it around. That's what it was like getting in and out of the car. It was truly, truly memorable. In fact, I messaged Caitlin the other day talking about it because it was just a couple of years ago. We were out here in that, and as you can see, these cars, though, on a serious tip, they are well maintained, and it's something that they're all very proud of.
All right, coming up next is Kansas State's marching band. You can see the purple and the white, the royal purple. That is one of the colors that we've seen. It's been a sea of purple here on Beale Street is what it feels like.
We're seeing a lot of it,
Yes.
and I'm sure the Kansas State fans that are up here with us on the balcony at Alfred's will be very excited here to see their band.
Yes.
And President and First Lady of the university kind of lead Kansas State's band here. As you can see, the cheerleaders flying the Wildcat flag on Beale Street. And any moment now, I just want to preface for our viewers at home watching us online that you are probably going to hear the people up here with us. Many Kansas State fans probably get on their feet and start cheering.
For that fight song.
Oohing and ahhing here as their band kind of makes their way past us. Again, this is Kansas State President Richard Myers, his wife Mary Jo, making the way here.
And you know what's incredible about the AutoZone Liberty Bowl? Maybe not AutoZone, but the Liberty Bowl itself, this bowl game has been around since 1959. This has been one of the original bowl games. There only used to be 7. Well, now there's 40 across the country. So it just goes to show how these bowl games are really a U.S. tradition. And we take it seriously.
Yeah, we like to roll out the welcome mat. Welcome all of our
Party hard.
our guests in from out of town
Yes.
who are here for the Liberty Bowl. In fact, those oohs and ahs that you just heard here minutes ago, that was all the fans from Kansas and Kansas State, of course, here cheering as they see the cheerleaders and the university president and the band kind of make their way here on Beale Street.
Oh,
And
there
you
was
can hear
that
the
fight
fight song.
Yep, there it is.
Let's take a listen. on the screens
Yeah.
from the Wildcats. One of the largest bands that we've seen here on Beale Street.
Taking up the
so far this
entire
afternoon.
block, maybe 2 blocks worth of band members there. Oh, there's the Wildcat. You can kind of see over our shoulders there.
And I wish you could see what we're seeing here on the balcony.
We have a bird's eye view. It's just really cool to be all a part of it.
All the fans now inching closer and closer to try to get a better look at the band. They're going to play here any moment now.
Yeah, and you can hear their fight song as they're driving behind us. We've got a lot of Kansas State fans up here on our balcony that you can't see, but we can see them because they're here at the Alfred's Bar Top. And they are cheering on their band. They are so excited. I have a lot of musicians in my family, so you know, whenever you see the bands march by, this is always a big deal for us as well.
I'm going to put on Twitter one of their big fans here on top of the balcony. So you can see her up.
Her blinged out shirt.
Yes, her blinged out shirt. The clapping along.
Yes. And for our viewers that are watching us from home, tomorrow's game is Kansas State versus the Navy Midshipmen. That's going to be at 2:45 here in the Mid-South on ESPN. Let's listen in.
On the balcony. We're here at Alfred's here on Beale Street.
They get a bird's eye view. They're actually right near us right now.
And they're watching the band pass us by.
Yep.
They just finished playing the fight song.
And they were just playing that song. It's called The Pride of the Wildcat Land. So that is the true name of that fight song that you just heard walk by.
See some of the Kansas State faithful here, perhaps players, perhaps alumni here.
Making their way down Beale Street.
Making their way down behind the band here. One of the biggest we've certainly seen this afternoon here. The fight song. And
you know, it's kind of interesting. So the parade started with the Navy Midshipmen, and then it's almost kind of coming to a close here with the Kansas State marching band.
And I wish they could show behind us all of the purple and white that we're seeing right now as the band kind of passes us by here.
It looks like a pep rally, doesn't it, John?
Yeah, at the corner of B.B. King and Beale. Yeah. I mean, it is arm to elbow, purple and white. You see large crowds like this here. You expect to see large crowds like this, but this just truly is eye-opening.
It brings in a lot
when you think
to the
about
city.
all the people in town for this game, for tomorrow's game here that you can see on ESPN at about 2:45 game
and this
time.
is some drone footage of our Beale Street right here. You can see the marching band. You can see all of those fans on the sides there just pouring in.
Yeah, Drone 24 is live over Beale Street here. We're near B.B. King. And this is what I was saying earlier, how you could see all that purple out there along the sidewalks there. These are dedicated, diehard fans that are here watching their band, watching their university represent
Getting
here
ready for
in
their
Memphis.
their fight song again. You can hear it. They're getting ready for it. And we're just told that this band right now, they are headed to the Battle of the Bands, the Navy Midshipmen and Kansas State Wildcat Bands. That's where they are headed right now after they finish their performance on Beale Street.
Yeah, we're wrapping up here. As you can see, we're going to be back live here on top of the balcony here at Alfred's. As you can see, if I just got a good look here to my left. This is kind of facing east on Beale Street. All of the fans are kind of making their way west. As you can see,
they're headed to
Kansas
the Battle
State,
of the Bands.
Yeah, I was just going to say they wrapped up.
Yes.
And so all of the diehard fans are going to be making their way to kind of a pep rally, so to speak.
Yes.
Where each side will represent to see who is the baddest band in the land, so to speak.
It's true. Who can be the loudest and has the most fan base there? But you know, we always see this sea of purple and white. But there are several Navy fans as well. I've seen them come up here, even on our balcony as well.
They're here. They're
here.
representing.
They have to.
Yes, but I'm telling you, it is unlike anything I've ever seen with all the purple and the white that is out there. All right. We told you we stay on until the end of the parade, and unfortunately, we've reached that point. Thank you for joining our live stream here on localmemphis.com. This is the Good Day Memphis team. I'm John Paul.
And I'm Kelsey Cairns.
We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Thanks for joining us.